Hello, and thanks for joining us this week. Today, I am sitting down with Robin Keating, one of my coworkers here, and specifically, she is also the program director of our Healthy Habits program. This program has been running now for almost 2 years, and it's a program that brings our community members together with church members and volunteers to come through different life skills types classes and ultimately try to cultivate a community of supportive people to help each other when they're facing challenges and just other difficult circumstances in life. So Robin, thanks for joining me today. To start off, can you just tell us a little bit about this program, what it is, how it started, where it came from, and just how it kind of works on a week-to-week basis? Give us a little insight into that.
Sure. So Healthy Habits came about as part of a transformational ministry that Love Inc. offers. And we saw a great need for this in our community, especially because of the people that come through the Connection Center. We learned quickly that people were looking for community. They were looking for just a different way of going about life because some of the things that they were trying just weren't working very well, or it was a great opportunity to introduce the church to people without them maybe going inside of a church because maybe they weren't so sure about that. And it is a program that offers life skills, but I like to say it's life skills based on principles found in the Bible. And so it's a little different than learning an ability or a skill to apply. It actually shows or teaches you how to use that skill. So.
Okay, great. Yeah, well, thank you for that just kind of introduction. It's such a unique program. I've noticed that it can be hard. Some of the common ways we might describe different things, it doesn't quite line up with that.
There's not like a short way
no,
to
not at all.
say things.
No. Yeah. So my first question to kind of start off our discussion into this is, how many people have been a part of this program over the nearly 2 years we've been running it now?
Probably somewhere around 70.
Okay.
Because everyone that's involved in the program goes through the program. So, especially our first class, that's our training ground, and our core class, Affirming Potential. And that's also what's unique about that is that it puts everybody on a similar beginning with each other. So you have these concepts that you can relate to because you've been through the program. As far as being able to, I just like it. It keeps it from being an us and them. It's really a true community of working through life skills or things from each other. And I would say that those that are coming from the churches to serve in the program are being helped or growing or being transformed just as much, if not more, than the people that are coming to look for some help and some support.
That's really cool that like you're not setting the us and them kind of mindset in a place where we're trying to help our neighbors who are in need, who are struggling. I could imagine that it could feel a little demeaning or a little just not as welcoming if there is that you're the person who needs help and I am here to help you kind of separation. And so I think that really promotes a lot of just, Christ-like humility that we should embody as the church.
In fact, it's even come up a few times, people wondering, well, who are the people from the churches and who are the people from the community that aren't attending churches? I've had it come up a couple of times, either once from pastors that are wondering, like, who are the people that are in the room that we're helping? And you can't tell by just looking in the conversation. And the opposite, I've had people that are coming from the community and they want to know, well, how do I know who's the person that's from the churches and stuff? It is in our name tags. We have what church we're from in our name tags, but even then, they're seeing that we're all in these discussions, we're all working through these things together.
That's really beautiful. The just blending of people like that. We're all on the same level here. So my next question is how, and I guess it kind of gets into this, what we were just talking about a little bit, but how do church members and volunteers fit into this program? What kind of things do they help with and support? And then how do they just relate to our community members, our neighbors who are coming?
So pretty much any skill that you have that God's given you, there's probably a place for it in the program. Currently, we've been having from churches bringing in meals for the program. We have people that work in the kitchen of the church that we're at that facilitate all of the prep. Even though the meals are brought in from the churches, there's still a lot of kitchen dishes and things like that. We also have people that are there that are greeters, like you would on a Sunday morning when you go to a church. There's somebody there to welcome you, to sign you in, be glad that you've come in. There's also people that are mentors that are willing to get matched up with somebody and go through the program with them. They have group discussion leaders, which are your people that maybe did Bible studies or small groups in their church. And so they facilitate a discussion with the curriculum that's given them. We also need facilitators. If you're the kind of person that likes to just get things and keep it going, and let other people doing the actual task, but you're facilitating the time and watching for anything that needs to be addressed. We can use facilitators in the program. We also a need recently that's been coming up is that we're looking into is transportation. We've had a couple of times where we've had someone who, for different reasons, can't make the bus to get it and need a ride, which that in itself is a beautiful thing. I'll just throw this in there, that this particular person I'm thinking of rides a bus an hour and 15 minutes one way to get to the program because it's means that much to them.
Wow. Yeah, I could see how they're showing a lot of determination, dedication to get there. Having that transportation could mean a lot to them, making things easier for them in their life. I do have a question. You mentioned meals, and I can't recall if you mentioned that earlier, but I know, being a little bit a part of this at the beginning and then being a part of the organization still and aware of what's going on, there's a weekly meal that happens that's facilitated by the churches. Can you tell me what was the thought process around why that's a part of every week? Because that's a lot to plan and schedule. Why is that included in the program every week? Why not just, we just show up at 7 or whatever? And
it's been a great icebreaker. A lot of great conversations happen around the meal. There's just something about breaking bread together that just changes it. And so I'm so glad that, because you don't have to, you do that in your program. Some programs don't do that. Ours does. And I'm so grateful for the people that have stepped up and provided meals. And we, again, to get out of the us and them kind of thing, we have the people that prepare the meals. We ask them to join us in eating the meals, which is different than, so they're not serving the meal as people go through a line. We all go through the line together. We all choose where we want to sit together. And again, it's just that intertwining of our lives of what's been going on the last week. And so it's been great for conversation and promoting community.
Oh, that's cool. Has this program, we call it the Healthy Habits program here, and I know we work off of the Affirming Potential stuff from Lowe's 2P from Loving National, but is this type of program, what does this look like from your knowledge outside of Clackamas County? Is this a new thing we made up, or?
No, so a lot of different Love Inc. affiliates use, affirming potential especially. But each program looks different. So some might just be offering just that one class. Some might offer different classes than us. We currently offer that class as our core class that everyone goes through first, and it kind of just sets the foundation for the rest of the classes. And then we have a faith and finance class, and then we're going to be starting a boundaries class next session. So,
Nice. All right. So how does this program work towards long-term transformation in the community? That's something we talk about a lot here at Loving. We want to see this community transformed in the long run, not just a little Band-Aid on issues or problems. But how does this program help work towards that long-term transformation?
So I would say what I've already seen starting to happen in the short time we've had our program is I've seen people's mental health improve. By that I mean from lowering your anxiety to I had somebody share with me recently that their self-confidence has really gotten stronger since being in the program. Also, people getting out of debt off of government assistance. Basically, it's making people more like employable if they're looking for work, because these things are changing, and they have more confidence. They may have started off not realizing their potential, and that's the whole basis of affirming potential. Is we're talking, speaking into people's lives, looking at their strengths that God's given them and how they can use those. And when you start to tap into the strengths that God's given you, you begin to change. And so the long term, it's even generational. We see it affecting families and children. They're going to have a different outlook on life when they become adults because of their parents going through the program. So it's pretty cool.
That is cool. So what role have local churches, have our church partners played in this program, if any?
So I would say that they're supplying the workers that it takes, the servers that it takes to keep the program going. I myself, I just basically say where the needs are and plug people in, make sure they're trained, and it's the church that's running the program. It's not really me. I just get to help coordinate things.
Okay. So it's not so much of a Loving's doing this, send us volunteers. It's more of a get your church to do this.
Right. I like to tell people we're just conveying the message of what we're hearing in the community. So we have several hundred people that have shown interest through the phones when we're talking to them in the Connection Center that want something like this. And so we're just conveying that message, telling the church, hey, there's people already. I like to say it's not a cold call. It's not calling a complete stranger and asking them if they'd be interested. It's not selling a product. They already know this is something that they're looking for. And so we just need the church to be informed that they're asking, and then the church steps up and provides what they're needing.
And so kind of building off of that, how much do pastors or other church staff, how much have they had to be involved or a part of this program to make it work?
When I think of pastors being involved, I would say probably the one that has allowed us to have their facility is the one that comes to mind. Other than that, it's basically the pastors just telling the churches, this is what we're going to do. We're going to reach our community through this program. And that's basically it. They give the mandate, and that's it. The rest of it is on the members in the churches.
Okay. And for you as the program director, obviously you've been running this program, but what has that looked like? Because you talk about it being church run. Are you having to do all the heavy lifting and people just show up and talk to people, or is it like, what is that? How has the churches kind of been a part of the behind the scenes, I guess?
So we started with a group of about 16, I think, or so, people from churches that were interested in this, and presented it to them and made it very clear that this is your program. Well, we can provide the tools. We can provide the people that want to take the program that are calling in. What do you say, kind of thing? And they stepped up and they said, yeah, we'll do this. And so from there, we keep providing trainings so that people can be equipped to do it. It's very much focused on the material that they're learning in the class. So it's not like a mentor that's coming up with their own ideas. Yeah. It's all focused on, and the material that's in each class kind of overlaps from the last class. So there's a commonality between all the classes that I see so far, and it's the same as even if somebody were to call in. We want to make sure that everybody's healthy spiritually and emotionally and relationally and emotionally.
Physically.
Did I say that?
Physically.
Physically,
Yeah,
thank
yeah.
you.
Uh-huh.
I didn't do my order that I usually do. And those 4 areas in a person's life are applicable in affirming potential, where it starts. It happens again. You see it in faith and finance, and then it'll happen again. Boundaries, looking at what does that look like in those areas in our life, and it just causes people to have a different lens, I think, when they're looking at life.
Yeah. So how have you seen people's lives change? I mean, you've mentioned little things here and there, but like just overall, what changes have you noticed in the lives of the people participating in this program, whether as, people helping with meals, leading discussions, mentors, people just participating? Like, what kind of changes have you seen in the community?
I've seen people that, even though they know they want to be in the program, they come in a little skeptical or not quite so sure, and I see them softening, trusting. Again, I've seen people start attending church that either never did or was been, since they were a child. That huge trust. We have a couple that just recently we gave them Bibles and they've started attending church for the first time. But I don't think they would have done that if it weren't for something like the program, because they were meeting the church before they went in a building. And that's a beautiful thing that the program provides, is people that might be skeptical or they've heard certain things or whatever their reasons are for being intimidated by just going into a church service. They can, they know up front it's a Christian program. It's made very clear that the principles are all based on the Bible. And yet at the same time, it's also said, and you don't have to be a Christian to benefit from this program. And so people take it for all different reasons. Yeah. I know that a free meal has attracted them because there's food insecurity, and that's kept them there listening. There's also been people that they have been so isolated, and they really wanted to be able to find a community, but they didn't know where to look or what does it look like. So something happens when you gather with like minds. That comes up a lot too. It's like finding people that are thinking along the same lines about life. And it's really, it's been great to see people not just attending church, but growing in confidence and recommending the program to friends, or not even knowing what to anticipate. And then at the end of the program that we just finished our recent session, and just hearing, I heard one lady saying that she's just smiled when she received her her participation certificate, her completion certificate. That I have a lot to learn still. Just like it's a safe place. You don't normally say those kinds of things if you don't feel like it's safe and it's people that you're trusting. So they're looking forward to coming to the next session. We've also even had people say, "What are we supposed to do until the next session?" They're already missing us, and so we're working on finding ways to get together in between our sessions until we have more to offer. So
okay, all right. And so I guess my last question, as you've just wrapped up, our 4th session of this program now, something like that, and looking forward to the fall. What are you excited for continuing on in this program, and what's next?
I'm excited for 2 groups, even though we don't do the us and them. I'm excited for the church because I believe once you get plugged in to God using you, there's just nothing like the joy that it brings a person to know that they are doing what they are created to do. And I always like to quote Ephesians 2:10, where it says that we're God's workmanship, created for good works in Christ, that he prepared in advance for us to do. And I like to remind people that, the church, he's prepared good works for us to do. One of those commandments is to love our neighbor, but he has specific ways. So the church, the beauty of the church is like they can reach people I can't reach. It's just, there is just many diverse people in the community as there is diverse people in the church with their needs and their gifts and their strengths and their weaknesses. So they need to come together. And then I'm excited about, as this snowballs, with more people coming in and participating and learning and new ways to live, that God wants relationship with them, that he's set up ways in his word, principles to live by for our good, that they're learning that God is for us. And so when I think of the transformation that can happen, it starts with a few group of people, but it's starting to ripple a little bit more. And so I'm excited for what's going to happen in our county as we keep rippling out with people that are experiencing transformation.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. It's been really cool to see just how this program has developed now for nearly 2 years, and excited to see how this continues to grow and impact our churches and impact our neighbors and just that connection they have to each other. So, well, thank you for your time, Rob, and thanks for giving us some insight as to what's been happening here, and just how God is moving and transforming lives through the work that you've been a part of with the local churches here in our county. So thanks.
One of the things that has surprised me about the people that I've walked alongside in the Healthy Habits program is their tenacity in sticking out the program. Not because the program is horrendous and I'm amazed they've stayed for that reason, but just sometimes we're asking them to process things that are not very easy or comfortable, and the fact that they started at week 1 and have kept it up through week 12 is impressive to me.
I decided to serve in Healthy Habits. I was introduced to the program that was pretty successful in different parts of the country, and I saw that I was excited because I think we're called to serve, first of all, and I was looking for a place that I could serve, mainly within our church building, but this opportunity, I think, was something that we could reach the outside of the church. And Christ himself came and said that I came to serve, not to be served. And I think if we're followers of Christ, if we truly believe that, then I think all who believe and are part of his family should want to serve. And so I just thought it was a great opportunity to help others be able to improve their situation in life, and through a program that was centered around God?
Well, one way I think that I'm different from serving in the Healthy Habits program is, and I hate that this keeps coming back around, but just learning more and more that it's not us and them, and that just because I've maybe walked the road of faith for a lot longer, or don't have some of the particular struggles that some people do, does not make me on a different level or better. So I think, I don't know, just the way that we do community in the program, it really puts us on the same playing field, and that's been a good growth point.
Thank you everybody for watching this week. If you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss future videos, and check out our blog post that accompanies this video. You can just get some more of our thoughts and reflections on what we discussed here today. And thanks, and we'll have a great week. We'll see you next time.